you?
Yes, sir. Sir, I was talking about that after the 12th, there are a lot of confusion as the at that time the student of my age used to go through that this we have to opt for the CA, we have to opt for the CS, we have to go for the BA, we have to go for the BCom, and there are a lot of nowadays there are a lot of this. Trial explanation for classes, and we used to go for it. So I have my back of the mind that I have a little keen interest in my this field of law, but how I present myself, how I speak myself, and how I was able to give my opinion and my point of views, and how I can explain my views and make you understand that what I'm trying to explain, that I wasn't fair. So he tried to he tried to make me grab that, and have motivated me that I should go for and opt for this field.
Okay. नहीं तो मतलब वो
So
क्या
that
तुमको
has
रोज
helped
हाँ,
a
कैसे
lot.
कैसे करता था बोल के कि दोस्त तू कर सकता है, तुझे मेरी कसम, हाउ?
No, sir. At the time when there was some, like we are going for the party, and we have to book some bookings, and we have to organize. We have to go and talk to the organizer. We have to give what we have to do and what we can. What are the essential points we want in our party, and so how I used to manage it, it was really liked by my group, and he used to motivate me that these are some qualities which will be helpful in the field of law as well
Okay.
for me.
Okay. Well, that gives me
Yes.
fair idea about your education and other related activities. I would be interested in
Yes.
now knowing about your hobbies, spare time interests, etc. in detail. If
Yes, sir.
you have facility to access internet, how do you use of it? What do you like to watch on television set? I would also be interested in knowing about your routine on a working day and a holiday.
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Starting from the uh, just a second, sir. Yes, sir. Starting from my working, I have been I'm as I mentioned that I've been working uh, in a law firm. As how I used to use my internet services is as at most of the time we have to research a lot for the cases, and there nowadays the reading of the encyclopedias and the different kind of books, how the previous lawyers has to maintain their library, that has been the old fashion. Now everything is available at your click at the Google and the some is in unique engines, and there are some also very famous law sites which are mainly for the lawyers, like the bar and bench, the Manu Patra, which are mainly so my most of the working goes on that at the time of my office work, and we have to make notes of how the what are the this what are the for the case. uh, I think I have this which you have asked earlier, that this bench ki ye do bench and three bench and five bench, there are also some now I'm getting one point that when we go for the this when we prepare a case, we have to in support to our response,
No,
we
I
have
got
to.
that. See, I'm looking at hobby as a leisure time activity. What do you access on internet and
Yes, sir.
Other
Yes,
than
sir.
work. Other than work.
Yes, sir. And in my working, I used to do this, and in my free time, I really like to. I really like to watch movies, some motivational movies, and some kind of this little articles which are really in this. Really in news, like for example the article 370, the abolition of article 370, and which are terms which are very important for us to recognize, like the this cognizable and non-cognizable offenses, and some kind of nowadays, as my SSB is very near, so I'm trying to read some of the army laws as well. And I also used to watch some, to make my mind fresh. I used to watch some kind of stand-ups, and also some motivational movies, which keep me motivated and keep me pushing towards my goal. And yes, sir. And in my working day, I have a like, we have to reach the our office by 10, and we got our scheduling of which cases I have to go and which court I have to appear, and if there is not the court hearing, then we have to go for the this office, and where which case I have to work on, that briefing we, sorry, that points we get by our senior as soon as we reach the office. So we start processing to on that, and by the time of lunch we get our lunch break, and then we have to like the next cases where we have to go through, and where we have to work on, and what are the cases, is if there any case that that needs more discussion, so we used to do after our lunch break. And then after by 5:30 or 6 we wind up, and then get back by 7 or 8, as per the traffic conditions. And after that I enjoy my time with my family, because and keep me away from my work and my books. And then after my sitting with my parents, then I go for some like this what I talk about, that some kind of entertainment, like this stand up and all. And then I used to prepare myself for the next day, and then goes to sleep by 10:30 or 11. And as per my this holiday, I used to get up early, and go for the go for the run, and also for the my near park, where all have to on their Sundays they all gather and play some games to, and talk on some political issues, and have some good time. And back by 10 or back by 9 or 9:30, and then complete my all household work by 10:30 or 11. And then as being the only child, I have to take the responsibility of my home as well, and take the list from my mother, which are some household activities which has to be done, or some groceries, or some shopping which is required, and some bill payments, and some online miscellaneous works. I used to do that. Then I used to go and meet my friends, which through my busy schedule of my whole week, I wasn't be able to meet them, so I go and catch up with them. And then I get back by 6 or 6:30, and then have my have my some as I'm keen of painting or some cooking, so I used to do that in my free time to relax my mind and to keep me keep me boost up with my this extracurricular as well, as कि ये भी चीज छूट ना जाए. And then I go for the same the dinner with my parents, and then prepare myself for the tomorrow, and then go to sleep. Yes.
Tell me something about your strength and certain aspects of your personality which you think you need to improve upon.
Sir, I believe that that being being in the field of law, I feel that I have that strength in myself that I am able to convey my message to the to some extent, and have not that communication gap with my colleague or the person which I am talking to. I'm able to, though I don't consider myself that I am a excellence in speaking or excellence in my language, but I'm able to express my views. I feel that is a positive point in me, and I really like my organizing abilities as being in my previous life trend in the college. I have been working with my studies. I have been organizing so many of events, and have worked with a lot of juniors and the seniors. So I and have managed to conduct various events and
Yeah, you mentioned in the earlier part of
yes, sir.
my
Yes,
question.
sir. So due to that, I think that I have a positive aspect of organizing ability, and then being in the being uh, 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 being a straight speaker. I believe that I'm able to connect with the people more emotionally, as they really like my honesty and opinion about myself, not being the sugar coated lines. By using sugar coated line, the original and the
Yeah.
this
What are the
yes, sir.
aspects of your personality you feel that you need to improve
Yes,
upon?
sir. I would like to improve, as already I'm started working on it. I would like to improve on my physical strength, because during my during my this law field, I was really got backed by my physical activities due to the this working on books and on online. So I'm getting back on track on that. And even as I believe that there is a vast section of general knowledge and general awareness that I really felt that requires a great effort and great more emphasis on it.
Okay, great. Now tell me something about your family. I would be interested in knowing about the general activities, the ones in which you get personally involved. Whom do you approach
Yes.
for help if you have a problem or you want to confide? Who are your friend circles in the neighborhood? What kind of activities you do? How much of pocket money you get and how do you spend it?
Yes, sir. Sir, first of all, I am the only child in my family, and my family includes my father and my mother. We are we are all three in a house. And for any difficulty, as I am very much connected to my both parents, so I used to sit with them both and convey to my problem and get some solution with them. And during my time, I really like to spare with my neighbors as well, as being the in the born in the Brahman family. I have really keen and have interest in the this um, puja and part. So I really liked by my seniors and my neighbors. Uh, being they find me studious, and they find me very parivarik. Though I don't pretend to be, but they feel like. And even my as I'm in my field of law, they all I'm here living in Gaziabad from last more than 65 years. My Dadaji in my Dadaji's home, so they all knew that that I'm my from my grandfather. We are in the field of law, so they come and get some views on their legal aspects. Please.
And I had asked two more questions.
Uh, um, sir, now I forgot the last one.
Well, I asked you one first question was what were the general activities at home, the one in you get personally
Okay,
involved.
okay, yes, sir. Now I got the
Second
last one.
is what who are your friends in the neighborhood? How do you spend time with them?
Yes, sir.
And third question was how much of pocket money you get and how do you spend the money?
Yes, sir. Sir, so the times as I mentioned earlier that in my Sundays I used to go and play near our park and have some good time. And even there is also association working for the welfare of our block. And they are nowadays the situation has improved a lot from the as being the young generation now have given the responsibility to maintain the cleanliness and how, which what are the this the issues of mosquito and the issues of street dogs. So we used to come and gather and have some meetings on in किसी के भी घर पे, and we used to work on it and then post the changes which we have to make, and or what are the aspects we have to work on. We make a plan of it and then post it on our group, and then as per the votes, we go for that for that executing that. And due to as being the my I have started working, I didn't get this pocket money. And as if I talk about my salary, so I got 20,000 as my salary, which I used to spend a little amount for nearly about 4 to 5 thousand goes into my traveling. And then after 4 to 5 thousand, I used to spend my household activities, like for example, some if I got I have to arrange something for my home, have to bring groceries or some vegetables or little household things. Though my father did not want me to spend on this, but I used to I feel good to spend on this. I also, being my mother is a homemaker, though my father was working for her welfare, but through my feelings for her, I used to give her some amount as per my feelings. And I also spend a little I also save some money for the future expenses, like some like the anniversaries or some birthdays of my cousins or my sisters or my mother and father. And some I also have been and actively participated in the bar associations. So bar member, I have opted for the bar member at Delhi High Court. So I have to give the monthly rental for that.
Some issue
And
आपको WhatsApp
have
भेजा, वो 37, 38 में वेट करने की बोल रहा है. Have a look at it.
Okay.
Payment initiate
Yes,
किया,
sir.
initiate
And,
करने पर cut हो गया,
being
then
involved.
No, you continue. I'm
initiate
hearing
होकर
you.
cut हो गया.
Yes, sir. And being
हमने cut किया, अपने आप
involved
cut हो
in the
गया वो.
household which you have asked, that as I mentioned earlier, that being the only child, and my father is
देखिए
working in the business of buses, so he don't have that much of time for the household things, though he take care of from the monetary aspect from always, but the bill payments, the how the this another every now after the different works that have to be executed out of the home, where the traveling or some vehicles are required, I used to do for that.
Okay, Cecil, I think let's he has enough.
Let's have a thing.
Okay.
I have completed, sir. I have completed now.
Okay.
It's all yours, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just say around the first and foremost, as far as I'm concerned, I've seen you speaking now. Initially, there is certain about yourself. I have got fear in mind. You are committing yourself. You are yourself telling there is a fear in mind. Second, you have initially talked about there's some you lack physical stamina, and then he came back then he also talked about when he talked about you're trying to manipulate things around there. You're just trying to. So the first and foremost, there is nothing wrong with you. Let me just tell you, you are a good person who's open to system. You have got clarity of that. Nothing wrong with you as a person. But what is the basically problem? You've got doubt about yourself. You've got doubt about yourself. So stop having doubt about yourself.
Sir.
So that is hesitation. It is your inbuilt enemy. And will really you and yourself. There's nothing wrong with you. First and foremost. Secondly, you want to be honest, and you are trying to be honest. You are trying to put across so many things on the system. As a result, there's a tendency for you to be verbose. You are trying to become the same thing. You are taking too much time to get. You have to be clear. You should know what the question is. You should be pointed. Question answer should be there. That is the basic issue which really comes back to there. And then so the first and foremost, you started the fear in mind, which is wrong. You can't afford to talk and put yourself up put on a bulletin. Bulletin
but sir, yes, but sir, when the assessor used to ask that what are the what went wrong in your previous SSP, then what should I mention?
You have to got a logic from there. You can't. There is no fear in mind. I tried my best, and I could go further. There must be something wrong with the system. You have tried to improve. There may be the probably communication skills. There is no fear in mind. That system you are trying. That is there is an internal pressure into you. We talked about phobia. It amounts to the phobia. Did we talk about phobia or not? So there is fear of failure and fear of success. Every person succeeds. Only it goes beyond it, that becomes a phobia. There is a fear of success and there is a fear of failure as well. So there's nothing wrong. Every person goes through it and say, even if the anxiety is the level, so it means that so there's a lot of anxiety has gone into it. And the amount of time which you've taken, that's it. Anxiety is predominant in your case. You are only son, you got nothing. Your father is well behaved. He is very well off from there. You don't require. Why this anxiety? You are under a lot of pressure. For what? I do not know. It means either it may be work pressure, maybe anything around there. You have good person. You have scored 76%, and you have become a lawyer by itself. That's fair enough. There's nothing wrong with you. So this anxiety must come out from there. Then when question is asked from there, what do you learn from the SSP, from the system? You don't know what it is likely put because you're trying to manipulate the people. You don't. So your answer should have been having attended. Yes, I knew the process, which I was not aware. We are totally physical person, a civil person. Now I got an idea of how to go about it, and Also, it gave me inkling for me to understand my own self. So understood myself, I knew what the quality I was, strength and weakness, and that helps me to prolong. That's how you should go about it. Okay, next, then you talk about the subjects. You're the very first CIP missed out from this. The sequence in which you are supposed to answer should be from first to last. You have the tendency to jump from one question to another. So you started with the first question was what is education, what is the percentage? You talked very rightly, you put a percentage, and then suddenly you went on to the extracurricular and then came back again the class subjects in life system. So there's a jumping. Don't jump it. Concentrate on the question that you ask and try and answer to the extent. You may not remember all 100%, but you would be in a position to at least answer 80% of the question. That is sufficient. One odd question missed out, fair enough. Any assume when you know, you can afford to give it back to him. Okay. Then there's no there's a dichotomy between you talk about you like the best teacher as your accounts teacher. And where does accounts? Your accounts came only in the commerce in the 12th. Why do you like? Only because you are a good teacher. That is not the answer. Now, being account, now you have shifted over to the law. So there's no, if you had liked account, you should have gone for CS, CFA, CA, and the CS, which you have not gone.
Yes.
So your liking for the thing, it is basically subjective, it is not objective. So the answer to that question itself becomes very wrong, because now you have pursued a law, and that too, your perception of the law, when you pursued law, you were literally forced by your friend to get into it, not you. Right?
Yes,
you did bring out that yes, your parents, you had the third generation lawyer come back. You should have probably said that is your answer should have been very simple. Your third generation lawyer, it was obvious choice for me to go into it because the system has already in place and probably I have got nothing wrong with it. So that is how the answer should have been gone across. There is no point beating on the bush. Yes. But the friend told me and so many things are well, where there no need. Okay. Then you said you are asked the question in that second question. So you have talked. He has not asked you the first word family. Talk about family. You have talked about family, parents, and other things. There is no need. You have brought in question which was not asked. Why you are putting question? Yet that simply said that you know that there are questions when you are trying to answer. So that goes against you in total color. Okay. Then role of then. First thing is there when you talk about, you know, you should be understanding, you are trying to join service, you should know what is the role of a JAG. Role of a JAG. I just read out for role of a JAG, which has been, I just sent it to you around there. I'll just around there. Okay. Hold it. Okay. I just sent you, he said, deals with military-related disciplinary cases and litigation and assists in providing legal assistance to army in human rights matter and rule of law, among other things. So you should be very specific. Then you go about talking about the law. When you talk about Supreme Court judge, there's a single bench judge, then a division bench judge, then it's supposed to be whatever constitutional. And it's not the 5. 7 judges court is supposed to be the most constitutional court, constitutional bench. So there you got single bench judge, then you got division bench 2, 1 and 2. That 2 become division bench judge. Then we got 3 and 5. They will constitute 3, 5, and 7. Depending upon, there is no rule existing on the subject to decide how many judges it is totally. Who is the master is the Chief Justice of India. He decides depending upon the gravity and the constitutional propriety and the dealing with health. It is the Chief Justice who has to decide on to it. And you being a law student, you cannot afford to falter there. So that simply goes against you in totality. And totality around there. Okay. Then it all, so flow. There is certain amount of hesitation. You are talking about the just with the ruk baat kar rahe ho. There is nothing wrong with you. Have faith in yourself. You know the subject. You can afford to be a good person. Just aapko rahna. You just remain in flow. Flow is missing. Okay. Remove hesitation. Remove flow. That we talked about it. Fear in mind. We already talked about it. Then learning from the friend and the dichotomy of accounts. So I already talked about it. Then sugar coated. You there was sugar coat. I am not a person sugar coated. They are all wrong words. Okay. The time you talk of sugar coated words around the system, that means that you are still in the following that the modern technology comes to play. That you are a person who is slightly, there is certain amount of that tells me the interpersonal relationship comes under question there. You'll find a problem. Though you're talking of good friends on there, but I can assure you, you would have differed with many people and many a time. I can be rest assured. I'm very quite sure about it. You may not agree that you tell me you have so many friends, good friends, and you have not that reason for your friends. One or two friends you did talk about it when you talk about he has helped you and all for the thing that's help part. That is one aspect. He was good at it and you took his help. That is one aspect. But it is a two-way traffic. It is what is your contribution towards a friendship? Friendship is not one-way contribution. It's a two-way contribution. Why should he become a good friend for you? What is the best friend? So that is the basically if you take, you have to answer, take all your what you are talking, you must write it down. And you must be clear, realistic, you should be able to talk about it in fewer words. As a lawyer, you are supposed to talk in that. You are trying to verbose unnecessary. Now I'll leave it to Sushil for winding up. Yes, Sushil, all yours.
No sir, I totally agree with you. खाली इतना ही कहूंगा प्रखर, जो सर ने कहा, कभी कभी सिंपल होने में भी फायदा है. अगर मैं सिंपल हूं तो मैं सिंपल ही रहूं. मुझे मुझे कुछ बनने की जरूरत नहीं है. मैं अपने आप में कंप्लीट हूं. अगर मैं सिंपल इंसान हूं तो मैं सिंपल रहूं. मेरी बातें सिंपल निकलेंगी
सर.
मुझे कुछ और बनने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. सर यही समझाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं.
Yes.
आप बहुत मेहनत कर रहे हो, कुछ बनने की, कुछ इंप्रेस करने की वो जरूरत नहीं है. नंबर 1. नंबर 2,
you are a simple person, good person. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing negative goes into the system. Remain original.
Yes sir.
चलो, go ahead.
Yes sir.
ओरिजिनल रहना, हमें सिंपल हो, अच्छी बात है. और दूसरा एक पॉइंट है जो सर ने बताया, भाई देखिए लॉयर हो, लॉ के स्ट्रीम में जा रहे हो, कॉन्फिडेंस तो होना चाहिए. लॉयर का काम ही होता है खड़े होके योर ऑनर को समझाना, कन्विंस करना.
Yes sir.
और ये तभी पॉसिबल है अगर आप अपनी एंजाइटी को कम करोगे.
Sir, how should I work on it?
We can talk.
कर्नल प्रसाद से आप टच में रहो. ही इज आवर गुरु एंड इंस्ट्रक्टर. नथिंग बेटर देन हिम for you.
We'll talk about it. Anything which you got it down. Overall, you can do well for yourself. Yaad rakhna. And it is not the end of it. There's just a starting of the road. And you have to go a long way. And mind you, Prakhar, if you remain focused on the profession, you do well. And you have to sharpen the answer. Has to say, as a lawyer, you have to be answers to be spontaneous. So a spontaneity is missing. What is spontaneity? Spontaneity is missing. And as a lawyer, you cannot be non-spontaneous. Okay? Right then. Best of anything, we'll talk about it. Anytime you got your mobile is there with you, you can talk to me. Okay? Right then. Okay?
Right, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. All the best, Prakhar.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay, God bless you.
Bye.
You can remain in touch. You can talk to me any moment.
Thank you, sir.
Okay? Bye.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye.